What's up, beautiful people? This is Nate here.
It's Kev.
2/3 of the super group that is GamesMusicLyfe. So, this week, we didn't really have a big album to review.
Right.
So, we wanted to just talk about all the projects that we listened to for the week. And that we just kind of put a pin in it. We just didn't want to give a complete rundown, a breakdown like we normally would do. But if you ever want to check out those, or check out our other videos for anything that came out before. But these are just albums that we listened to for the week, and we just want to talk about and just give our quick hit on what we thought about it.
Just a little brief.
Just a little brief
breakdown,
you know what I mean?
man.
Just a brief breakdown.
Talk to y'all about it, man. Let y'all know how we feel about
deep
projects.
dive. But
maybe not full review, but at least let you know how we was feeling.
That's at least we give our takes on it. So the first one we're gonna start with, man, is Snoop.
Yeah.
All right. So Snoop Dogg came out with an album, Never Left. And I mean, my thoughts on it, bro, was like, it was, to me, if you're a Snoop fan, you're gonna like the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was typical Snoop. It wasn't anything. If this album came out in '95, it'd have been a banger. You know what I mean? I think he made it old school. Even the cover art was old school. He did it all on purpose.
Absolutely.
It's Uncle Snoop. I can't slander him, even though I can say, oh, it's struggle bars. That's Snoop. It wasn't really. He wasn't the most lyrical person all the time. He did have some tracks. He went and got KRS-One. He had Redman and Method Man. He had the track with Devin the Dude and Wiz Khalifa was a banger.
Yeah,
that was probably my favorite track on the whole album. And the one with Redman, because I'm a Redman stan. But I thought it was an okay album. I mean, I don't that was okay.
You know what? I could appreciate this album, man. Mm-hmm. Snoop, we don't really give him the credit, but like, man, he is so grandfathered in the game.
Yes.
Like, you realize Snoop has made like a 70s funk album, an R&B album, a reggae album, mm-hmm. man. He's about to put out a gospel album.
Yes.
He just did an old school hip hop album. And then, if we go back to his album from last year, Kool-Aid, he did an updated, hip hop album.
Yes. And one thing I will say about Snoop too, let me cut you off, is that he sticks true to form.
He does.
And also, and that's my gripe with like people like Fab, whereas like he gets on songs with whatever's hot. And I know that's Fab's lane, so to speak. I don't like when he went that avenue. Right. Snoop just does what he does. He gets the guys he wants. He brought out Big Bub. Bro, when have we heard from Big Bub? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't heard from Big Bub in I don't know how long, but it was Snoop rock with. He threw him on there.
He does, man. Snoop does what he wants, man. I appreciate it. And he's never out of bounds.
Right.
It never feels like Snoop is playing himself. Just like on this album, I never felt like at any point he was playing himself or like it was just too old or too, left of center for me to enjoy any of the music.
Right.
The lyrics on here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can stand Snoop Dogg.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it all the way real.
Absolutely.
Keep it all the way funky.
Yeah.
Snoop ain't been really kicking nothing like that for some time. But all the songs, man, they ride. They get you nodding your head, man. There were a couple on here that I felt like were bangers. That Moment I Feared, man, that beat, I felt like the energy on that track, man, get you just banging all the way through, man.
There's a lot of sea-walking music. A lot. You want to get up and just get your seat. It was a lot of that.
KRS-One caught me off guard.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, he didn't sound bad.
He didn't sound bad.
He did not sound bad.
I want to hear him for a whole album.
Hell no.
But
absolutely not. I don't.
But he didn't sound bad on here, man. I really like the October London guy. He kind of sounded like what I thought Raheem DeVaughn should sound like in 2017. So Snoop is out here. He's finding them, and he's going with old school artists, and it still works. He's going with the new school artists, and it's still working. Like, Snoop is in a great place.
You know what? Also, too, to piggyback on what you said, though, he actually went through all of his sounds.
He did.
Through the project. Like, he gave a little bit of reggae, gave a little bit of upbeat. You remember the track "Beautiful"?
Yeah.
He had another song that was kind of like that.
Yep, he did.
And it was like he went through all his sounds on there. You had your No Limit Snoop was on there. It was a lot of it on there. So he stayed true to form, man. That's why I couldn't slander it.
Can't hate it, man. Yeah, I know you was loving that Red and Meth track.
Oh, man, you already know.
What I'm saying? That sounded like some old school vintage.
Oh, man. I'm a Redman stan, too. So, and even what's my man's name from Cypress Hill? Be Easy?
Be Real?
Be Real. There I said Be Easy. He even sounded decent. So, Cypress Hill fans, stand up, man. You would like to hear that track. Method Man fans, I wasn't a big Meth fan, but hey, man, it was decent. It definitely was decent.
Do samples a lot on here, man.
Oh, man.
The
Tribe Called Quest sample. Yeah. Your boy got on there, too. Was it Battle Cat?
Or Bad Bad Not Good was on there.
Bad Bad Not Good
was on there as well.
Yes.
K-Tronada's on there.
K-Tronada was on there.
Like the way he was just able to mesh, like, some of the older rappers, some of the more underground rappers with, on and popping rappers.
And still kept his same sound.
And still stay true to form. Like, I had to salute it, man. Now, is this an album I run out and tell anybody to listen to? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
But if you did check it out, I definitely feel like it's not a bad listen.
It's one of those you want to definitely, you could check it off your list saying I listened to it for the year. After that, delete it, get it on something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and like you said, man, Snoop is that uncle. You'd be like, man, that's Uncle Snoop.
You know what I'm saying? He never plays himself.
Nah.
Man. He's never out of bounds. Like, Snoop can do it all. Like, he's if I was a rapper, that would be the career I would want. Like Snoop can literally just do anything, and you know, you don't question anything Snoop does at this point.
Man, Snoop did everything.
Like, he's the coolest,
and he's accepted by everybody.
Exactly, man.
You know?
Like,
man had a cooking show. Had a cooking show with Martha Stewart, man.
Big Snoop Dogg can do that.
Uncle Snoop,
he can do whatever he wants. Man.
Uncle Snoop,
you know. Hey. So salute to Snoop Dogg.
Absolutely, man. So another one that album that I pumped up that I tried to get this guy to listen to, was Elhae, Aura 2, and check that album out. It was a short project. Now I'm a Drake fan, so I do love the that sound. So if you like that sound, man, Bryson Tillerish type guy, you'll like Elhae. Yeah, I know you didn't care for it.
For me, it really had that empty R&B sound that's really going around right now, like the real kind of just mellow, hazy, dramatic sound. I felt like the songwriting on here was very lackluster, and that's kind of where I couldn't connect with the album. You know, I'm big on songwriting. Like, I care about the arrangement of the music, but the songwriting, especially in R&B, is very important for me. And I didn't feel like the songwriting was on par, but this album, I could see where it would be enjoyable for folks, especially like, you know what I'm saying, if you taking your girl out on a date, it's good, a little bit of quiet time, man, it's good background music.
Absolutely.
There's not anything wrong with it, just not really my speed as far as music goes. To me, it sounds like a lot of everything else. So I'm like, it
was Ty Dolla $ign light without the content. Because Ty Dolla $ign is very personable.
Yeah, I got P&D light.
P&D light?
Yeah, I got P&D light, man. Just as hazy as that sound was, it was just like,
Yeah. Okay, I agree with you on that one. All right, man. So the next one we wanted to talk about was Buddy, who is Pharrell's artist.
He was Pharrell's artist, and I think he's now venturing out kind of on his own.
He sounds like he's on his own. Yeah. Okay. And this Ocean in Montana was the name of the project. It was a very short. It's five songs.
EP.
I think that's just enough for certain people to try to get their sound out there.
Yeah.
But he definitely sounds like he's on his own.
You know what, man? Most of this project was produced by K Tronada, so I really enjoyed the production on here. I felt like as an introduction, this was an okay start, but I didn't feel like this project really had any lasting impact. It wouldn't be like a project where I heard and I'm like, I want to hear more from this guy.
Okay.
But it was all decent. What's actually surprising is how his music is charting. Like he's doing very well.
Well, see, that's the thing too. When I looked it up, because when you told me about it, I'm like, who? And I kind of looked him up, and like his name, he might be a plant.
He might be a plant. I mean, we're already associated with Pharrell. Like, you know, you're pulling some strings at this point. So.
Well, and the fact he was Pharrell's former act, that definitely probably holds a lot to it. You know, as far as people going to check for him for that reason alone.
Right.
But I thought it was decent. I thought it was, like I said, it was just short enough for us to know who he was. I'll check for his stuff going forward. Yeah. You know, the production, like you said, was very good. I think he is a little bit cookie cutter-ish. And some of the stuff he was talking about, but I will say though his story is sellable. You know, he talked about. So
I think so. He's got a palatable vibe about it, man.
Absolutely.
I think that he could work as an artist, but right now he just didn't have that star factor. I didn't hear it right now. But
he looks, even on the album cover, he looks. Look up here. He looks kind of lost. You know, he looks lost. You know, so that's what I had to say about it. But all right, man. So the next album we listened to was the Underachievers. Yes. Title was the Renaissance.
Yes.
Now, I couldn't wait for this album to end, and the reason why is because it sounded like one long album. And that's my only gripe with it. Now they can rap. They both can rap. Their album art, you see up here, was very sweet. It was very thought out, and the hooks were atrocious on a lot of the tracks. But it was their voices, and I think they could have ventured out and maybe got some other people to sing with them, and that could have been a little bit better. But it just sounded like one long MP3 just chopped up into songs, man.
With it, I do think that they might do well to maybe collaborate with some other minds, get some different thoughts on these projects. But for me, I actually what I enjoyed most about it was just seeing a lesser known act trying to break out of the box of what's popular right now. They weren't trying to imitate, Future or Drake or Kendrick or any of these guys. They weren't trying to go after the big name acts. They were actually more so paying homage to older, in my opinion, New York flow style, i.e. what Joey Badass was doing back in the pro era 1999 days and all that.
Yeah.
And I could appreciate that. Now, what I will say is the hooks on this thing were terrible.
Yeah, they were bad.
The production is good in pieces. Like you said, it all does start to run together after a while. Like once you're kind of sitting with it, it starts to run together. But as far as the bars go, I felt like they were there. They were solid. I see potential in both of them as rappers. I just think that they maybe need to hook up with someone else to kind of help flesh out their sound. They're a brain feeder act, so I imagine that they'll find their way, even though they've been around for a while. But
have they?
Yeah, they've been putting out projects for a few years.
They're done then.
I still see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Somebody can pick them up
a good way.
Yeah, they can get on a crew or something. Like somebody can take them under their wing.
I think that they can continue to kind of grow their own brand organically, but they are going to need somebody else to kind of step in there and help them flesh out a different sound, more so from that one pocket that they stay in, because they stay in that New York gritty, real sample based, kind of lo-fi vibe. And
maybe even venture out with production wise. Just venture out production wise and get somebody else.
And get somebody else on those hooks. ASAP. Yeah, get somebody else on those hooks.
They sound like either like them or like their man's in them is making the beats, and they're just in that pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So I hear the talent there, but they are going to need somebody else to maybe guide their next project. But I definitely see them as being an act to at least keep an eye out for, if nothing else.
Okay, so the last one we want to talk about was that David Banner, man, titled "The God Book." Yep. Now this one caught me off guard because, on one end of the spectrum, there was some great production on this album. He had Black Thought on a track. He had Raheem DeVaughn on the track. He had some pretty good people on the album, and the features I look forward to. He even on the track with Black Thought, he sounded good, but you have to. You don't want to get washed on your own track,
right?
But then later in the album, he had one song he was singing, and you pointed out when I hadn't got to that one yet when you had pointed it out, and when I got to it, I was like, whoa, Banner, this isn't it. I don't want you singing, and so I skipped that one. But the project was actually all right, man. The content was good. He's become a very outspoken person politically, as far as uplifting Black people, and I can appreciate that. But other than that, it was like, another one of those albums I think everyone should just definitely give a listen to. And after that, just, get rid of it. But I think out of all the projects we listened to, this one might have been the best one. Other than Snoop's. Snoop's was better. So, and that's not, listen, it's like arguing the tallest midget at this point. But I thought it was okay, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, for that Banner, man, I thought that the production was pretty decent across the board. David Banner's production has never been an issue, even when he's produced for other artists.
Yeah.
His ear for music is pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Now, this was David Banner's first album in 7 years, and I felt like on this album it actually showed like the content or the subject matter was there, but his flow a lot of times was a little bit off. It was lackluster. When he started singing on the "Marry Me" track,
that was god awful.
My God, that was terrible. That was just absolutely awful, man. Judy, like a lot of these tracks, after about track 8, man, the whole album just kind of fell apart for me. I don't think I want to hear David Banner rap anymore. No, I mean, I'm just being serious. Like, he took a 7-year break, and I think that the time for his music has passed. Like, he's still trying to be the same artist that he was, 7-10 years ago, and that wave it's gone. Like, he's trying to update the sound of the production, but keep his rap style the same, and it's just not fitting. Mm-hmm. It really feels like he's kind of fighting with the production a lot of times in this album for me. Like I said, I really enjoyed some of the content, the subject matters that he was talking about, man. I felt like that was important to rap, absolutely. Yeah. But his delivery on this album, and
that might have been why he made the project, man. I think it was so much going on in the world. He just had to
I would prefer that he just gave it to us as a lecture, or just in interviews bit by bit. And I mean, this is all in all seriousness. I'm not trying to just put down this album, but the sound of him rapping, that time has just kind of passed for him. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, everybody can't be Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like that for some rappers. And I feel like David Banner is kind of hitting that point where he sounds like an old rapper.
Well, what gave it away more so is when he tried to come in and sound aggressive. So it sounded forced. Whereas, like, some people come in, like younger rappers, they'll come in and sound aggressive. You're like, okay, they're trying to get a point across. Whereas him, it was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that from you, man.
It was just like what he was, the messages that he was trying to get across. It just, I don't know. It just didn't really sit great with me, man. I'd rather remember Mississippi, the album.
Yeah, David Banner, I think you made a great point with, he could produce it, but not be the vessel.
Yeah, at this point, his message, he'd be better off kind of giving it to us a different way. Maybe not in rap form.
Yeah. All right, man. So listen, man. If anything, other albums that we didn't listen to, Bryson Tiller's singles came out. They were actually pretty decent. One was good. The one with Young Thug, I wasn't a fan of. Travis released a single, that Butterflies was dope to me. I'm just waiting for more Travis. So that was it, really. But anything else that you guys are out there that we should definitely give a shot to?
Let us know, man.
Let us know, man. We'll definitely listen to it and check it out. We might not give a full review on it.
With this segment now, this will allow us to at least discuss some of these albums that we may listen to and don't have the time to go in depth on. But,
absolutely.
Definitely check them out, man. Let us know what you think, man. If you like the segment, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Yeah. Be nice.
Send it to your mom. Send it to your mom. Send it to your dad. They all like it too. Yeah. And let us know what they think and what you think.
Absolutely, man. We always want to know what you guys think.
Absolutely, man. So this is Nate here.
This is Kev.
2/3 of the super group that's Game Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.